It's time for another edition of Professor MJ's College Football Picks. Glad to have you on board. In this video, I will share 3 more picks I like this weekend, and I'm also going to run a brand new prediction contest where you could win $100. Stay tuned for details about this free and fun competition. First, let's take a look at how last week fared. Not so good, we lost all 3 of the free bets from last week's video, so I fully deserve to bring out the famous paper bag here. However, the premium picks went 4-3 for a nice profit, extending our lead for the year to date and netting a 5.5% return on investment. Not bad, but let's do even better. If you want to get these premium plays, head to mjpicks.com and join our community. You can sign up for 1 sport, 2 sports, or all sports. Throughout all sports, we're up nearly 84 units since mid-February. That means if you followed us and bet $100 per bet, you are up over $8,400. Amazing, right? We are having a great year. Go to mjpicks.com and get in on the winning. Now for college football pick number 1. The noon slate is packed with some entertainment for us. Number 25, Florida State, looks to bounce back against Pitt. Number 8, Alabama takes on number 14, Missouri. However, the game I want to focus on is number 1, Ohio State, heading to Champaign to face number 17, Illinois. Seemingly 2/3 of the Illinois defense is hurt. After giving up 63 points to Indiana a few weeks ago, the Illini have surrendered 32 points to USC and then 27 to Purdue last week. This weekend, they will face a superior offense in Ohio State. The Buckeyes are the nation's 28th best in total offense. They average over 37 points a game. Last week, against overmatched Minnesota, the Ohio State offense was workmanlike, scoring in all 4 quarters and only punting twice. Quarterback Julian Saying put up 326 yards and threw 3 touchdowns, including 2 to Heisman hopeful Jeremiah Smith. Receiver Carnell Tate was amazing as well, with 183 yards and a TD himself. That was against the nation's 52nd ranked defense in Minnesota. This week, the Buckeyes go up against number 111. I expect we will see more of the same huge passing attack. Coach Ryan Day has started to allow his young quarterback some latitude to sling the ball around. And with this porous defense, the recipe spells trouble for the Illini. For those reasons, I am going to target the Ohio State team total. I got it early in the week at 30. It's now around 31 or 32. Truly, I like it up to 34.5. I have this game modeled out at 41-16 Ohio State. I like the Buckeyes to cover. However, for the official first pick of week number 7, we will go with the Ohio State team total over 31. From Ohio State to a different battle of Ohio, also at noon, we turn our attention to pick number 2. Miami of Ohio faces off against Akron. Both teams are coming off wins, but Miami enters with a statistical edge and a line favoring them by 10 points. This MAC clash could be hard to watch. Let's look at some numbers. Akron is a really bad team. The Zips are all the way down to 125th in defensive ranking, allowing 453 yards a game. I mentioned a few weeks ago about looking for bad defenses playing, and that makes us look at the over. As Coach Lee Corso would say, not so fast, my friend. Akron is bad on defense. However, Miami's defense ranks 51st nationally, allowing just 331 yards per game. So it's really just one bad defense and one mediocre defense. Well, the opposite theory applies as well. 2 bad offenses make us look at the under. These 2 are pretty bad. the Red Hawks at 103 and Akron at 118 out of 134 FBS schools. Neither one of these offenses are anything to feel good about. In Akron's 4 losses, they are averaging just 7 points, including getting shut out twice. Quarterback Ben Finley has thrown for 946 yards and 7 touchdowns, but his 50% completion rate highlights accuracy issues and contributes to offensive woes. The Zips are one of the nation's worst at converting on third down, right at 30%, ranking 128 in the nation. You think that's bad? Well, Miami is 2 spots worse. They only convert 28.6% of the time. So, for those of you excited about special teams, this will be a game of punts. You will love it. Maybe we can find a prop on number of punts during the game. As I said before, 2 bad offenses make us look at the under, and we will do just that for this game. The game total is listed between 46.5 down to 45. I like all of those. This game will be gross. I'm officially taking the under at 46.5 in the Miami of Ohio against Akron game on Saturday. Now let's go to the grill. I think Jim B9191 said it best in the comments last week. These recent cheeseburger selections have given us food poisoning. Missed again last week with the official stinker. Wanting Boston College to show up, they did not. On the Ducks' other 2 underdogs, Kansas State blew a late lead, but UVA took out Louisville, so mostly broke even. Congrats to Sean York 9065, he correctly predicted App State to pull out the victory as a dog last week. Nice job, Sean! That inspired us to run a contest for this week, and the winner will get $100 cash. Here is how it works. Here are 20 games and the underdogs' associated moneyline values. All you have to do is pick 2 underdog winners from the list shown here on the screen. You only get to pick 2 games, and you must have posted your entries in the comments below prior to noon Eastern on Saturday, October 11th. Also, once posted, you cannot edit your comment. If anyone gets both cheeseburgers right, they win. If there are multiple winners, then the tiebreaker will be the entry that has the higher combined moneyline score. For example, if you pick a plus 130 and plus 120, then your moneyline score will be plus 250. It's free for you to enter. What have you got to lose? All you have to do is make your 2 underdog picks in the comments below. Pick 2 cheeseburgers, win $100. Good luck, my friend! By the way, this is my brand new sports betting book. For now, we only have the French version, but the English version is coming in the upcoming months. It's time for the next pick. We're going to go to Eugene, Oregon. The number 7 Indiana Hoosiers are visiting to take on the number 3 Oregon Ducks. The Ducks are 7.5 point favorites at home. Oregon is still riding high after its huge overtime win against Penn State a few weeks back, and they are coming off a bye week. This Oregon team, led by Heisman frontrunner quarterback Dante Moore, is explosive. They enter the game as the nation's 6th rated scoring offense and are netting over 500 yards a game. However, they are facing the nation's 5th ranked total defense in Indiana, which allows just 221 yards a game. Then, the other way, Fernando Mendoza's led Indiana offense is number 5, and they face off against Oregon's number 7 defense. Something's gotta give. Both of these teams' numbers are overwhelming. I projected this game out and got a variety of outcomes. I could see this as an Oregon rout. I could see Indiana pulling off an upset. I'm not really sure which way to go. I lean towards Oregon being able to pull away, just not sure it's by more than a touchdown. What do you do when you're not sure about the side? Right, look at the totals. The full game total is around the key number of 55. Both coaches, Dan Lanning and Kurt Signetti, are great at making in-game adjustments, and I expect we'll figure out how to defend the other one as the game moves on. So then I looked at how the teams start. Whoa! Both teams like to get after it. Combined, they have outscored their opponents 248 to 49 in the first half, or roughly outscoring 5-1. Both teams come out of the gate hot. That amounts to about a combined 50 points a game in the first half. We're going to target that. I like the first half total up to 30. I shopped around and found a 26.5 and jumped on it. If you don't have more than one book you work from, you should. I recommend at least 5 so that you can guess the best line possible. For the purposes of the video, we will go with the average line I see and take the first half total over 27 in the Indiana-Oregon game. If you liked this video, hit the thumbs up below and subscribe to the channel. If you want to win, check out the pick I like the best each week. I call it the LOBSTER bet. You can get this amazing pick by clicking the link below in the comments section. This is my exclusive #1 pick in college football, and it is guaranteed. If this pick does not win, you get your money back. Click the link and join in on the wins. This is Professor MJ. See you next time.